Welcome to today's session where our presenters will discuss wildly different customer experience with Amazon Connect. This session is a level 200, and in this session you'll learn more about Amazon Connect and how this is being used to improve customer experience globally, but most importantly in Australia. Please join me in welcoming to the stage Douglas, our Senior Specialized Solutions Architect for Amazon Connect here at AWS. Over to you, Doug.
Thank you. Champion. Let's go, let's go, let's go. Hello, Sydney. Can you hear me? Prove it to me by saying, Doug, you are so good looking. I'll take the laughter as good enough. Thank you for choosing this session. Clearly I should have put AI in the title and I would have got as many people as they got over there, but trust me, this is going to be better. So here at AWS, and actually at Amazon generally, customer experience isn't what we do, it's actually who we are. And if you look across these brands, it kind of proves it, right down to the little smile you see underneath every single one of these logos. And you may notice under the Amazon one that the smile goes from A to Z, or A to Z if you're American, just to show that we think about everything from end to end. And we wouldn't be Amazon.com, and we wouldn't be doing what we're doing today, and we wouldn't be doing what we're doing here if we didn't think about customer experience. And why we have unparalleled authority, I think, to speak in this space, and it's often overlooked when people talk to me about Amazon Connect, or I talk to them about Amazon Connect more accurately, is that we run the world's largest contact center ourselves. Over 150,000 agents support these businesses you can see here. So we don't come at this thinking, what would customers necessarily think was good in this space? We actually look to ourselves as the starting point and work backwards from there, as well as talking and listening to all of you and getting your ideas and understanding what your problems are and how we can use technology to solve it. We provide, with Amazon Connect, and one of the main reasons I put this slide up here is that oftentimes when I talk at sessions like this or directly to customers, I rhapsodize and go on about how wonderful customer experience is and all the different things we do and how clever we are. And at the end of it, someone puts up their hand and says, so what actually is Amazon Connect? And I realize that I've failed to talk about the actual service and the actual product itself. So I will talk about a whole bunch of interesting things we can do, but let's clear this off first. Amazon Connect is a complete contact center as a service. Now this looks like a busy slide, and I agree with you, it is a busy slide because it's a busy service. It does a lot of things. If you see up the top here, begin with the customer on your left, all the different ways a customer might want to interact with us or with you. Move across to the agent, all the different tools the agent's going to need to serve that customer. And of course the self-service, generative AI is built in. We're going to talk a lot about generative AI. I'm guessing no one's spoken to you about it in the last 2 days, so this will be refreshing. We hardly ever mention it at AWS. You've got your communication channels there, super important in today's age. So many contact centers are still stuck with just voice, and when they're not just stuck with voice, they've got siloed channels that they're working between, jumping between things. How can you unify it? One point for reporting, one point for routing, to actually deliver on that experience that you want to give your customers? Because I'm going to ask you a thought experiment. This is going to be the first of 2 thought experiments, and really that is just a question that I want you to ask yourself. And that is, when was the last time you called into a contact center and got anything other than, hi, welcome to the organization, press 1 for this, press 2 for that? It almost never happens. You get it sometimes. But when you compare that to the web experience, where you've got persistent cookies, you've got data, you've got logins, you've got shopping trolleys, you've got account history, all that kind of thing, why, when you move to a platform that's usually adjacent to that in the data center, do you get an experience where it's, hi, welcome to the contact center, press 1 for this, press 2 for that? And that comes down to the bottom part here, data. And this is what I've been talking about mainly for the last, I'd say, well, I've been at AWS now for knocking on 8 years, basically since service launch of Amazon Connect, and I've been talking about the integration of data into your contact center for all that time. And we're going to talk about something different today, but this is absolutely critically important that you begin at this point, because if you can change that from that experience of, hi, welcome to the contact center, press 1 for this, press 2 for that, and you can uplift that into something that might be a bit more like, hi, I see you called yesterday and spoke to Doug about that return. Would you like to speak to him again? That's an entirely different experience. You're using personalization, not in a creepy way, but just to say, hey, I know what business you do with me. I know it, and your business matters to me, and I would like to help you further with that. I work a lot in the public sector space these days, almost exclusively, in fact, and there it's all about citizens. And how can we use data we know about our citizens to actually deliver a better service? Now, we want to think about why customers, and you're going to hear from a customer at the end of this presentation, it's going to be a really good discussion for about 10 minutes, I think, about why they chose Amazon Connect. But some of the key reasons I hear from customers across the board are these kinds of things. I've spoken about the unified application. I've spoken about how you want a single routing engine. You want to be able to handle all your interactions in one place so you can route on it and so you can report on it. And the reporting bit is going to be is absolutely critical, because I'm going to talk about the new features that we've got out now that allow you to take the contact center from being a cost center and pull it into the main drivetrain of the business and actually deliver on your organizational objectives. We want to talk about scale and resiliency. That ability to scale up and scale down has always been a differentiator for us. But people, I think, go too quickly to the, oh, it's tax time, we're going to need to scale up people. Or it's a Monday morning and we're getting more calls, so we need to scale up, or we need to scale down, all the rest of it. Yeah, that's good. And yeah, we can do that. But I want people to think more about scaling up and down the features they use. Adding in, I mean, you're going to see some of them in a second. And if you go over to the booth, we've got a fantastic demo booth, which I hope all of you have been to. And if you haven't, run over there after we're done here, where you can see all this in real time. It's a live demo. And the ability to turn on features like speech analytics or add additional channels at certain times. And then if you're finding your customers aren't responding to it, being able to turn them off. You know, you're not having to pay for 3 years worth of licenses, all consumption based. And lastly, you want to blah, blah, blah. Customers are drawn to our innovation velocity. Now, our innovation velocity is absolutely our key differentiator, I think. I'm going to jump on to the next slide here. And if you look along the bottom, excuse me as I adjust my mic, you can see the launches we've had over the years. Accelerating, we've grouped them together at the front because we've been around long enough that this slide started to get too big. But 71 in the first few years, then 33, 38, 117, 171, 211, and we're going even faster this year. What this means, that if you decided to get on board with Amazon Connect today, say you were selecting a new contact center or customer experience platform, you chose Amazon Connect today. By the time you implement, by the time you've run the project and turned all your business requirements into programming and all the rest of it, by the time you've done that, we're likely to have released an additional 50 features. You're getting on a train that is leaving the station. People like to talk about getting on a rocket ship. I prefer the train analogy. But basically, it's like you get on board and you're gone. Like it's already started moving. Oh, goodness me, there was a timer on that. Oh, giving away the next slide. But there's much more to talk about on this slide. So I might have to, I wonder when that timer's going to, wave your hands in the air like you just don't care if this slide moves on and I'm busy gesticulating and wandering over here. Help me, help a brother out. So we can see up above, though, the evolution of AI as part of the platform. So AI is not a brand new thing that we introduced into the platform just as, you know, ChatGPT got launched, generative AI became the buzzword on everyone's lips. We thought we better jam it into the product somewhere. No, no, no. Since service launch, and I'm living proof of this because I was there it goes again, 2017, we launched with Lex and Polly, Amazon Lex, Amazon Polly, our text-to-speech, our natural language understanding, baked into the product. It is a core part of the service. Every single customer since 2017 has been using AI as part of our platform. And we can talk about these feature launches, and I'm not just talking about features that we're just spraying out there and, oh, you know, here's another feature, all randomly, you know, selected and developed, and, oh, we've changed our firewall rules, that's another feature. No, 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 no. These are all deliberate, and they all build. If you think about it, I'm going to just choose one example. I'm going to choose call recording. We launched with native call recording out of the box. It's done it again. There we go. It's a good reminder to move on, though. That's good. I planned it this way. So the call recording. Launched with call recording. About 2 years later, AWS released 2 services called Transcribe and Comprehend. Allowed you to transcribe those call recordings into text. All of a sudden, you've got data. You can send that off to Comprehend, and Comprehend will give you sentiment analysis. I would go and show customers this. They say, that's great. I run a contact center. I don't know how to write a Lambda function, and I certainly don't know how to support a Lambda function. And I have zero interest in you building technical debt into my contact center because that's what I wanted to get away from. We listened, and 6 months later, we built it into the platform and called it Contact Lens. So many of you, if you've used Amazon Connect, will hear us talk about Contact Lens. That is our speech analytics, transcription, sentiment analysis, and it was happening at the end of the call. Customers said, we want to react to that. So we made it real time a year later. And all of a sudden, you could then tee off tasks. And so a really powerful example, and one that customers use almost every time they turn on Contact Lens, and they say to me, what should we do? What's a good thing to begin doing? Because we don't know where we're going with this. First of all, turn it on, look at the data. It will tell you what you need to know. But if not, how about any time there's a negative call, you send a task to a supervisor to investigate that call. Listen to it. Was it just a cranky customer who couldn't be helped? Or was it someone who has been handled poorly? And imagine the power of being able to call up someone, a supervisor calling you back after you've had a bad experience with an organization and said, hey, I just listened to the call. We're really sorry about that. We want to make it right. All of a sudden, that becomes a massive supporter of your organization. A really simple way to use data immediately within the contact center without having to go outside or build some great big project to directly affect your churn reduction, your increased wallet share, and all of these things. But what that then allowed us to do, once we were in real time transcribing, getting the sentiment analysis, getting all this good stuff, is that unlocks us and puts us in perfect position for when the generative AI wave came along. We're going to talk now about 3 features that we've released that directly deploys and uses generative AI and makes a massive difference in your contact center and takes it from, as I say, being a standalone part of the organization to be in the main drivetrain to deliver direct value to your customers. And now I would like to actually change the slide. There it is. So the first one, and I'm going in the order in which I like them because of the impact I think they make in the contact center. Not to the business, not to the customers. Customers are absolutely primary importance. But in terms of importance to the contact center and how far behind contact centers are in some of these areas, we begin with Amazon Q and Connect. You can see over here, it's an agent assist example. So in real time, this is a chat example, so you can see it, but at the same time, voice as well, we transcribe in real time. Recommendations coming from Amazon Q and Connect, taken only from the documents you've ragged it with. So you say, here is my document store. Here is what I'm prepared to say to customers. Generate an answer for me. Don't give the agent the document. That's useless to the agent. They've got to open it, they've got to read it, they've got to find it. No, give the actual example. And if you go over to the stand and see the example we've got there where we do it live, it even recommends a step-by-step guide. So it will even give the agent the process to follow to complete that transaction. And we didn't rest on our laurels there, because that came out about a year ago. It was an evolution of a feature we called Wisdom, if any of you had encountered that. Amazon Q and Connect. Pretty quickly, customers said, well, if you're recommending this to the agent, why don't you just recommend this to the customer? So now it's available outwards. And not only is it available outwards where you can have customers through a chatbot or a voice getting this kind of information from the documents that you've supplied and locked down and curated, you also have complete control of the prompt. Now, I don't know how many of you have tried any prompt engineering. Everyone thinks they're a prompt engineer these days. Until I saw the prompt and how it was designed for this, I didn't realize that I was playing tiddlywinks. The way you can guide and hone a persona, give it instructions, tell it not to answer things like Barack Obama or in the voice of a pirate and all that kind of thing, keep it on track, not hallucinate. You have complete confidence that it's just the information you want to give the customer. Next, though, it gets really, really, really fun. You can see in the middle here a summarization of the contact that was just had. This appears instantly. Sub-second just about from when the call finishes, it says generating summary, here's the summary of what just happened on that call. First of all, you can forget about any junk notes that the agents are having to write. They're getting back on the next call, talking to the next customer. They're not categorizing it in some ridiculous wrap code where everything ends up in the other category and who knows exactly if you can rely on the data or anything like that. You're now getting verbatim what happened on that call. Now, I know what you're all saying. Sure, you used a large language model to summarize it. That's a summary. I could give a document to a large language model and summarize it. Great. What you're looking at is instant business value. That's what this is, with a tick box. You have Amazon Connect. You could stand up Amazon Connect. In 5 minutes, you've got a contact center. In 10 minutes, you've got a contact flow that is summarizing calls straight away. And if you want to demonstrate business value, let's go for our second thought experiment. I want every one of you to think about walking up to the CEO of your organization. Maybe you are the CEO, and well done to you if you are. But you walk up to the CEO and you say, would you like to know what our customers say when they call us? What do you think the answer would be? Would you like to know what our highest value customers say when they call us? They wouldn't leave you alone once they know this information is available. And it's not just the CEO, this is interesting to everyone in the organization. It could be the marketing team. Hey, we gave you $10,000 for that marketing campaign. How come no one's calling and talking about it? The product team. Hey, product team, this is why people are calling us, because this bit of the product doesn't work, or this is annoying them. Fix it. But here comes the rub, because we're coming out of my absolute favorite. The contact center is a bit like Cassandra in Greek mythology. Cursed to know the future, cursed to say, hey, marketing team, fix it. Hey, product team, fix it. And yet, they won't do it. Because the product team's got a 12-month backlog of work they're doing. Yeah, contact center, whatever, go whistle. Marketing team said, we're going to send it out anyway. I don't care if you're getting a spike of 1,200 calls on Monday, you deal with it. But what the contact center can control, where they cease to be Cassandra, is within the contact center. And I want to talk about agent evaluations. Because in every single contact center on the planet, right now, agent evaluations are working off a ridiculously small sample size. Almost to be meaningless. Listening to 2 calls per agent per month. I'll be kind. You're listening to 2 calls per agent per week. And you have a whole team of people who think their job is to find calls, and they sit there listening to call after call after call for appropriate calls. They think that's their job, is to do that and then mark tick sheets and go, well, great, we've got a quality score. No. Their job is to improve agent quality. Let us listen to the calls. Let us find the needles in the haystack. We've got the needles here. The AI will listen. And you can guide it with the questions. You make the forms all through Amazon Connect. There's no coding required. Again, turn it on. You can be up and running in a few minutes. And you can guide the AI. You can say, our process is that you must greet the customer by name. You must get their date of birth. You must read the explicit informed consent. You must count backwards from 10 and sing Mary Had a Little Lamb, whatever it is. And then you just ask, hey, AI, did the agent follow process? So now all of a sudden, you're able to say, hey, when Ryan's involved in a call, why do we get a good call outcome? And when Doug's involved in a call, why do we get a bad call outcome? Hey, Agent Pete over there, he's found a really good way to get through our processes that we didn't even think of. Let's teach everyone about that. All of this stuff that would be completely unknown to you. So these 2 components, this is what I'm talking about. You are suddenly pulling the contact center from being a cost center, and I'll say it for a 3rd time because it's so important, into the main drivetrain of the organization. It is delivering value. This is going to be the place that the business comes to say, hey, contact center, what's going on? And why is that? Because for almost every single business, the one place where your customers call you up and literally tell you what is annoying them about your business or what they need help with is the contact center. And it's all been sitting there, just sitting there. And finally, we can pull it apart. Now, as you can tell, I absolutely adore the sound of my own voice. The only thing I like more than that is the sound of a customer's voice. And I would like to invite my good buddy from a fantastic company called Flip up on stage. This is Vinny. Please give a great big Sydney Summit welcome to Vinny from Flip.
Thank you.
Good to see you, buddy.
Thank you. Good to see you. Thanks, everyone. Doug,
now,
thanks for having me.
Could you begin, please, Vinny, by telling us what your role is and all about Flip?
Absolutely. Wonderful. Great to be here. I'm with a company called Flip. We are a communications company. I put it that way because we just don't do internet service, but we provide holistic communications to customers all across Australia. We have NBN, internet, as well as mobile services and IPTV solutions for consumers in this market. I lead the role of operations for Flip, so I look after a lot of the different aspects of our company, including partnership, customer service, support, and service as well. So that's what my role is. If you look at Flip, I think our mission has been one that is very profound in terms of our founders, both Nick as well as Steve. We believe that we are in a position to provide affordable, value-based internet service that's accessible to anybody and everybody all across Australia. So our mission is very profound, and that's what we're focusing on. We are on a growth trajectory, and having Amazon as a partner has been just absolutely something that we needed, so we'll talk about that.
Yeah, awesome. Thank you, Vinny. And I'm really interested in the transition you've had in your business, because you began IPTV.
Absolutely.
Obviously the landscape changed there, moved into things like Netflix, YouTube. Things became more sort of monolithic, I guess.
Yeah.
And Flip TV's business model moved from being about IPTV to that supply side of NBN connections.
Where we started with IPTV was predominantly marketing to the ethnic communities. We had a lot of Eastern European as well as Asian customers who were looking for content specific to their native regions. And as these customers started growing, and we started realizing that they needed much more affordable and quality, reliable internet access to go with that, our founders, Nick and Steve, started deciding on offering internet service as a value-added package along with that. So that's when we founded Flip in 2015, and Flip has been on an absolutely enormous trajectory in terms of capitalizing in the market. We have products and prices ranging from anywhere from NBN 12 to NBN 250. And as we look at growing our business, we're also entering into the small business and medium enterprise business to offer high-scale internet service across that market as well.
Awesome. Now, make sure you say nice things about NBN, because I happen to know there's a few of them in the room here. So
yeah, absolutely.
Was it that kind of adaptability in your business that drew you towards Amazon Connect, or can you talk us through why did you select Amazon Connect to support your business?
Yeah, so a year ago, when we were looking at the growth of our business, we needed a partner who's going to be providing us three factors. One is agility and scalability, the other one is operational efficiency, and the last one is future-proofing from a CX perspective. And Doug's covered quite a bit of this, is that when you look at a lot of the providers out there, when you go to procure a telephony solution or a contact center solution, you're talking about licenses. You got to buy minimum licenses, you got to come up with upfront costs, you have implementation costs, and those were all not something that fit with our growth strategy. So we wanted a solution provider that we could have a solution that would be as pay-as-you-go solution. So from an agility and scalability standpoint, Amazon Connect brought that to us. From an operational efficiency standpoint, it was all about making sure we had a solution that was easy to implement. So like Doug has mentioned, the day we came in, it was up and running, working, and it was absolutely seamless in terms of our frontline teams being able to use it, right? So we didn't have a lot of upskilling to do. The training was as easy as rolling it out in a day's time. Actually, it was 2 hours to get them up to speed on the Amazon Connect features and functionality. And so that gave us the aspects of what we needed to really transition into a solution that was really planning with our growth of our business, right? And so those were the key fundamental things that we look for, and that's why we ended up with Amazon Connect.
Yeah, I think what really stands out to me, just to tie together your opening there about the changing nature of the business and the selection of Amazon Connect, is that it allows you, I mean, because you guys are going to go supernova, you're going to get more customers, you're going to be, I understand you're becoming a tier 2 provider for the NBN rollouts and all the rest of it.
Absolutely.
And you don't want to, say you double the size of the business, triple the size of your business, you don't want to triple the size of your contact center.
Yeah.
You want to decouple that, you want to do things smarter.
Absolutely. So we want to invest into growing our business, and that's where having a solution like Amazon Connect helps us make sure that as we grow, we're adding those additional features and capability, and we're not investing into having license costs behind it to really spend into those areas of the business that's not needed, right? So as you mentioned, bringing in NBN, we will see doubling our business, and we want to make sure that we can invest into that part, but not investing into the license cost in another provider.
And I hope you don't mind sharing that I've had a heap of fun in the last few months working with you to enable these features that we've been looking at, because we really wanted to make sure that Vinny was up and running and singing, so that when we got up on stage, he could stand here hand on heart and say, we use these features and we love these features. Yeah. But it didn't take much, did it?
It didn't. See, listen, I think for the users out here, the folks out here, I'm not a technology person, I'm not a contact center technology person, but the features that we rolled out over the last couple of weeks, and Rahul, our account manager, he's a lovely guy, he reached out and said, hey, why don't you look at enabling certain features that can help drive you business intelligence and enable scale for your business. And we got on a call with Doug. Doug spent 2 hours with me over 2 weeks, and we enabled the whole contact center optimization feature, which is really the feature that enables us to listen to our voice of the customer, voice of our agent, the whole thing that Doug covered around summarization of the contact. All that was enabled in 2 weeks, right? Within spending 1 hour each between the two of us. And we saw the value of it. We just rolled out certain elements of change to our customers, and when that change rolled out, I didn't have to spend a lot of time trying to go out and ask people, what are the customers saying? We could look at the summary and say, these are what the customers are saying. It was all summarized for us. We could do analytics around it, and that simplifies the whole effort of what we do for our customers as well, right? So that's the amazing part of it. Yeah. So thank you, Doug. Again,
my pleasure.
Can't thank you enough for bringing it to life, man.
As I said, I had a heap of fun. Like, it was really good. And I mean, you kind of answered it here, but really the last question I had for you, because it is, I mean, I joked earlier about AI being on everyone's lips, you know, like it's all you hear about, but in terms of specifically, because I'm always interested in the use cases, like the fact that we've pre-built these use cases, like summarization, agent evaluations, all the rest of it. We're not saying, hey, here's Bedrock, you go build the feature, but what impact do you think this is going to have on your business going forward?
Yeah, I think for us, if you look at most organizations, they look at the contact center as a cost center. And with all the features and with all the insights and all the absolute aspects of the business that you can drive from an intelligence perspective, AI enables you to position your business from being a cost center to a value-based, proactive revenue management center, right? So the insights you can drive from what you're getting that can really determine how you're marketing to your customers, what features you're bringing to the customers, how you can proactively service them, knowing what the challenges that they're facing, right? So that's one aspect of it. So I see AI is going to be something that we embrace very much to help our human interactions evolve to the next level. We offer more proactive, value-based service to our customers. And then data optimization will continue from an AI perspective to really look at the touch points that our customers are going through to make sure we simplify their issues and make their experience absolutely seamless. I think the best service that we can offer any customer from any industry is no service, that they don't have to call us. So if we can get AI to give us intelligence and insights, and we're talking about that, can we go ahead and identify the issues they're having with the NBN and offer that into an app that they can self-diagnose and self-solve for those kind of things. So that's the beauty and the power of AI coming to life. And we're kind of really evolving into that phase in terms of how we support and service our customers as well.
And I mean, it's a great use case because, I mean, I hope you don't mind me saying that you guys differentiate on service.
Absolutely.
You're reselling NBN, National Broadband Network, everyone uses it, everyone's a customer. It's a very similar, the actual product itself is quite similar.
And we really pride on that. That is the absolute differentiator. So for most of you, please go check out flipconnect.com.au. You will see great value, great service out there that we offer. And to us, that's the fundamentals of our DNA in terms of where we see ourselves differentiating is our service.
That's awesome, Vinny. And we have 4 seconds left. So I will say, please do go to our booth if you want to see a demo. If you want to see a taller, better looking, younger, more handsome version of me on, I think it might be that stage, with, I think he gets paid quite a bit more as well, I think. He's on stage with flybys. It's either one of these at 120. So it's that one. Thank you very much. So Elias Sayag, it'll be a fantastic presentation. But please absolutely go wild and lose your mind for Vinny from Flip. Thank him so much for his time. And thank you all so much for listening.
Thank you. Thank you. Thanks for having me. Yeah.